Hello and welcome to the Thomas Miller Show. I am Thomas Miller. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right to it. Our president in chief, our fearless leader, my man. You would think at this point that nothing would surprise me. I guess I'm not surprised. I am just flat out irritated, and like many of you, I want to know who's running our country, who's leading us, because it ain't Joe Biden. And the reason why I say this is because, again, he was caught with notes. Apparently he was at a meeting with the windmill people, what else? Electrical people, which he should have been meeting with the oil company execs. But anyway, I'm going to try to keep this on track because you can go off so many ways. But anyway, let's bring it back in, Thomas. Yes, he was caught at the meeting with a cheat sheet in his hand. You're probably thinking to yourself, okay, it's a cheat sheet. Who doesn't have a cheat sheet with notes on it? Talk show hosts do it. NFL quarterbacks do it. You have notes when you're doing a presentation. That's fine. That's totally fine. Here's the problem I have is when these notes tell you things like, walk into the room, say hello, you take your chair, in big capital letters, YOU is spelled out on the notes. You take your chair, make small talk. Like, these are cues that you shouldn't have to do, or you shouldn't have to remind someone to do. There goes my phone again. I don't know why my phone always rings at this time, but hey, you know what? We're going to ignore that. But these are cues that should come normally to you, especially after you have been in an industry where you're constantly talking to people, you're constantly having meetings, you're constantly giving dissertations. You should be a pro. He's been doing this for 40 years. 40 years he's been doing this, possibly longer. That's just his political career. Here's a problem I have. Either he's been doing it, when you get to this point to where you need someone to tell you, sit right there. Now, God willing, and through God's grace, you were able to live a long life. And I hope, by God's blessings, that I live to be, said, 80 years old. And then I have grandkids. I see my grandkids grow up, and I'm old. And when I start to slow down, and the kids, at some point, you do get to the point where you see your grandparents, and you're like, okay, and you see your mom or your dad say, okay, Dad, and they're telling their parents, okay, come here, Dad, sit right here. And you love them. You really do. You love them. You adore them. They've been an intricate part of your life, and you don't mind helping them out because they've given you so much. However, I am not going to give my aging parents or my aging grandparents keys to the car if I have to tell them to sit here. Okay, you can eat this. Say hello. I'm not going to put them in positions to where they got to make decisions. They got to operate machinery, such as a car, a microwave. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't mean I love them any less. I just understand that they can't operate at that capacity anymore. This tells you, without a shadow of a doubt, because this is not the first time, but I think the cheat notes are getting more and more. Like before, early in his career. It's still early in his presidential career. We're what, 2 years in, so he's halfway through this. But at the beginning of his presidential career, you saw he had notes, and I can't remember, but I really don't think that they were to this extent. So what's going to happen at his next meeting? They're going to give him a cheat sheet that says, tell them your name and don't forget to breathe. I make light of it, but this is a serious situation. Yesterday, I mentioned about the Roe versus Wade situation and how I thought it was a distraction. Well, now I'm positive that's a distraction to distract us away from situations like this. Unfortunately, it's not working. And if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to put that up in the description. And it's from Inside Edition. They did a great job. I mean, and they zoomed into the notes. You saw what was written down. So this is not the right or some conspiracy theorists saying, well, I think Joe Biden is, he's got some notes that he's taking a look at and all this stuff. And without any proof. We have the proof. It's there. I keep getting these messages. Next time I do my podcast, I'm just going to turn off all notifications. You know how when you go into a movie theater, turn off all notifications. That's what I'm going to do because I get a little sidetracked. But anyway, we have to be careful of these distractions and get to the heart of the situation. Who's running this country? Who's running the country? It's clearly not Joe Biden. When you need notes this detailed, something is going on. Let me know if you guys like the podcast. I'm going to get better, I promise. This is only my second show. I don't want these podcasts to be long. I don't want them to, just be drawn out just for drawn out sake. Hear me talk. But I would like feedback. I'm going to keep them short and I'm going to keep them coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think about the recent Joe Biden and his Cliff Notes incident. I'll put the link to the video so you can look at it yourself. I welcome your emails. I welcome your comments on YouTube. So my primary sources for these podcasts will be Podbean and YouTube for right now. I'm updating the Thomas Miller Show website, and you'll be able to get those podcasts also on the website at thomasmillershow.com. That's thomasmillershow.com. Go there, check it out. You can email me. You can leave a message on the message boards. Is that what they still call them? Who knows? Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back with another podcast real soon. Take care of yourselves.